All right, so the MVP race is going down to the last stretch, and let's be honest, we all know who the MVP is, right? Hold on. Let me look at these numbers. Uh, Josh Allen. Yeah, this is who it is. Of course it is. I was like, why wouldn't it be? It's his to lose. And to be honest, it's always been his to lose. I was like, this whole thing that we're trying to get done. I was like, guess what? Just like it is with the NBA, it's a narrative type of race. I was like, yeah, best player, blah blah blah, but it's a narrative type of race. Now, I was like, look, I was like, one, not just narrative, but also quarterback. So Saquon Barkley basically got to go to extreme measures in order to really get this award. Where like the quarterbacks really just got to have a good season or just have a better season than whomever. I was like the people that they sort of got really in the spot is Saquon, Lamar, Jared Goff, Josh Allen. Now I was like, which is funny because I was like Saquon's in it, but I was like, there you could have made a case for Derrick Henry, except for Lamar's also in it, which is why when you can still put another person in there. But let's be honest with that race, Saquon got a lot more oohs and ahs than Derrick Henry does. Derrick Henry is really just kind of like he hits the hole and he hits a home run, and it's like, yo, I've never seen someone so humongous take it the distance. But with Saquon, I was like, not only does he do that as well, but he got a little bit more pizzazz, a little bit more flair. He got a little bit more razzle dazzle, other words that rhyme with bedazzle with all that. And with that, I was like, guess what? That what gets you the highlight play. That's what people get to see and be like, oh man, he must really be doing good. He doing this type of stuff. Look at him and all this. So then I was like, so with that one, I was like, but even then, Saquon gotta go extreme or whatever. I was like, and look to me, this ain't. I was like, numbers, yeah, sure, okay, like, but no. Lamar, his story basically was, I was like, do you really think they were gonna give it to him a third time? Let's ask it like third time, two back to back. On top of that, nah, I was like, they're not gonna do that. He already don't want his. I mean, it doesn't help that like in the games that we're waiting on him that we were like we're watching and stuff like that. That guess what? His two losses doesn't look good. I mean, well, a couple of his the losses in general, but the main one that everybody points to, the Pittsburgh one, mainly because Josh Allen looked great in his other one, and the Kansas City Chief one, which is the first game of the year, which is like I'm like, well, when he did beat them, it was later on in the year, and I'm just like I'm like a lot of times it's early on, but whatever. I was like, they're like, he having better numbers than he was last year. Don't matter. Don't matter. I was like, guess what? His first MVP, he blew us away because we were like, oh my God, I didn't think he could do that to the NFL. I was like, the second one was basically like, oh my God, I didn't know he got passed like that. The third one, what you gonna really get from him? What's gonna be narrative? There's no narrative there. Now, the person I would thought that would maybe be more in contention would probably be Jared Goff. And the only reason that he's really not in this spot is really because he threw that 5 interception game. If he didn't throw that 5 interception game, I think we would be having a closer look on who this could be, to be honest. But and I was like, you could have made him be the front runner, especially at the time or whatever. But like going back to the main point, Josh Allen, this was always his to lose. I was like, people have been trying to give him the MVP for years. Whether I was like over Lamar Jackson, I was like, his team has always done good, and it's always Josh Allen. Look at the way he throws. Look at the way he runs. The way people talking about you tell. I was like, yo, people think outside of Mahomes, he's the second best quarterback. There's some people that say he's the best quarterback. He just ain't got none of the championships or whatever. I was like, do you see the way that they describe Lamar does? It's like, ooh, that's cool. But I was like, with Josh Allen just drooling or whatnot. So, coming into the season, they got rid of a lot of players on defense. They coupled their safeties. I was like, you was over here being like, who's the ever? Devon Miller still got anything left in the tank for the money they gave him. Oh, we got rid of Stephon Diggs. What was going on there? I was like, they ain't drafted receiver till the second round. He ain't fast. He's just a big body guy, and all this stuff. So it was like, yo, they're gonna come out and they're gonna just be an okay team. I was like, I never thought they were gonna be an okay team, but I thought at least that it'd be. But I thought the other teams would be better for them to fight against them. To be honest, it's just not. It's not. Miami had injuries and the Jet. No, that ain't happening. So, but this whole, I was like, think about when Lamar also got his MVPs or when he was getting talked about for these type of things. What it was, oh, he's carrying the offense. I was like, he's the run game, he's the pass game. Who is he throwing it to? All these things. Guess what? That's what Josh Allen came in with. Not just that, but you can also bring in the defense at the time too. That nobody ain't really believing the defense either. So it's like, yo, he got to carry everything on his back, And I was like, then you think about it. Even though they've been winning the game, they wasn't really winning these games. But now Coleman, I was like, until the injury and stuff like that, he was coming on. I was like, Shakir's always really good. Matt Collins finally started catching on later on in the season, but they had to go out there and still get Amari Cooper. And I was like, on one hand, you could say, yeah, because the Ravens made a trade. Chiefs makes it. I was like, well, the Chiefs makes a trade afterwards. But you could say everybody's trying to, get pieces or whatever like that. That it just makes sense. It's like, yeah, but that's because at the same time you kind of know that you got to give him somebody else also to throw to. I was like, James Cook is having a really good season and whatnot. Nobody cared. I was like, it's just Josh Allen carrying his whole thing on his back. And I think that got illustrated with the last game, pretty much, where it was like those type of plays. It made me think of when Andrew Luck hopped on the ball. I was like, I think it was against the Kansas City Chiefs. I think the ball popped out, and Andrew Luck grabbed the ball and was able to run it in for a touchdown. And everybody's just like, oh my God, that was like just a great quarterback. That's the kind of quarterback that look at the way that quarterback is. And it's the same thing with Josh Allen, where Amari Cooper caught that pass and was able to throw it back to Josh Allen. And everybody's like, oh, and all those. He has the plays, he has the narrative. I was like, I'm not even saying he playing bad. He playing a really good season, and the big knock, yeah, he's not doing is turn the ball over. Now this can all change if he just has like some stinkers like that. I think if they lose, that's one thing. But most times but even in losses, Josh Allen plays really well. That's why he gets it. That's why he'll also get it over Lamar. That also in these games he played big, even despite the loss as well too. So I was like, this is Josh Allen's MVP to lose. I was like, I always thought that would probably be the case throughout the whole season. I really just thought of like who would show up because, like I said, Lamar does this in the regular season. They wasn't going to give it to him another time. The running backs we didn't know, so that came out of nowhere, and they got to do astronomical things. Then on top of that, who would have been the quarterback you really were going to see? Joe Burrow team sucks, so he can't be in this situation. I was like, Patrick Mahomes. I was like, nah, they're not gonna do that to him. He's over here trying to get championship plus. He ain't got his stuff. Don't look the same way impressive. It's impressive more that they win more than actually how he plays. Yeah, and I was like, Goff, I think, came on because they were just blowing people out the water early on, but I was like, here late, it done slowed down a bit in the way that they sort of are showcasing him. I wanna really say. Other than that, it would have taken a surprising year from somebody. Maybe if Justin Herbert was just over here just I was like the way he got his team and stuff like that, and he also doesn't have weapons. I think you could put Justin Herbert in there as well too. And I was like, he played fairly well the whole season, but I was like, he didn't get enough traction in order to, because that's what some of this is about too. You got like next year, Herbert may probably be thrown up in there. I was like next year, but right now I was like he won't win it, but I'm just saying he should be talked about and the thing. That's. But anyway, we're over here talking about small thing. Anyway, thanks for coming to my MVP talk, cause this is high level analysis, but the numbers don't matter. Narratives do. Anyway, until then, all day, every day, no problem. We got this. Peace. I'm out.